been building roadsters that are as good to look at as they are to drive since 1975 308 GTS. Following the last one is a tough act. But with its latest model, Ferrari looks to have done it. Read the rest of our Ferrari 488 Spider review to find out if it's got what it takes to upset the Porsche 911 Turbo and McLaren 650S, and carry on where the excellent Ferrari 458 Spider left off. Turbocharged engine. A lot has been made of Ferrari's move into four-seat induction engines, especially regarding the noise they don't make, but it's a switch born of emissions-regulated necessity rather than simple choice by the engineers at Maranello. Sure, the 3.9-liter twin-turbocharged V8 petrol engine doesn't sing quite as aggressively as the naturally aspirated 4.5-liter V8 in the previous 458 Spider, but it still shrieks, wails and thunderously rumbles better than any of its similarly propelled competitors. And while it's only 15 GkM more efficient than its predecessor 260 GkM plays the 458's 275 GkM CO2 figure, it pays to remember it's 100 bhp more powerful and has 40% more torque. Thanks to the sophisticated F1 traction control and SSC2 stability systems, the 488 Spider can rocket from 062 miles per hour in just 3 seconds. Just 5.7 seconds later it will have reached 124 miles per hour, and will finally stop accelerating at 203 miles per hour, should conditions and/or local laws allow. All of that performance is fed through a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic gearbox, which can either be left in full auto mode or controlled by paddles behind the wheel, to the rear wheels. Aerodynamics and handling. The Ferrari 488 Spider is the most aerodynamically slippery roadster yet built by Maranello. It's designed to cleave the air with ease. One look at the nose of the 488 Spider reveals a complex F1-inspired double spoiler, which splits the flow of air between the radiator for cooling and to the underside of the car for downforce, and there's an active rear diffuser too. It's sophisticated underneath that sleek bodywork too, with third-generation magnetar or heliological dampers mated to Ferrari's electronic differential EDF and side slip control SSC2 electronic stability control system. All that makes for an agile, confidence-inspiring car that can also manage to tread the line between comfort and focused control. And like other recent Ferraris, the 488 Spider's responses are controlled from the steering wheel-mounted Manettino switch, which rotates from wet, sport, race, court off and escape off, which loosens or tightens the system's grip on the car. Retractable hardtop. The lightweight retractable hardtop saves around 25 kilograms over a regular softtop, claims Ferrari. It raises or lowers within 14 seconds, and can be operated at speeds of up to 30 miles per hour. Behind the headrests there's a retractable glass window, that can be moved into any one of 3 positions, fully retracted, halfway up and fully closed, depending on the mood of the occupants and irrespective of what position the roof is in. When it's raining, occupants can enjoy the oral delights of the flat plane crank V8 engine with the back window down despite the roof being raised. Practical cabin. The firm is making a big noise about how much more practical the cabin of the Ferrari 488 Spider is versus the 458 Spider that came before it. Truth be told, if you're used to a family hatchback you'll lament the lack of storage space, but for a mid-engine 2-seat sports car the 488 Spider is perfectly practical. Behind the seats there's a storage ledge perfect for soft bags. The doors now have more ergonomic armrests and usable storage pockets, while the cubby on the transmission tunnel now has a cover perfect for keeping prying eyes out when the car is parked roof down. That's on top of the deep, well-shaped and well-trimmed 230-liter boot in the nose. The rest of the cabin looks similar to the 458 Spiders, but has been comprehensively updated. Most noticeable is the loss of traditional key and barrel on the steering column. It now has keyless ignition. Personalization and warranty. No Ferrari is sold as a standard car, and it's no different with the new 488 Spider. The myriad color and trim options mean you'll spend as long deciding on your final specification as you will waiting for the car to be made and delivered from Italy. Genuine Ferrari retailers can help you make the correct choice with specialists in the showrooms. Every 488 Spider comes with the firm's 4-year warranty, which can be extended annually for up to 12 years with the new power warranty, which also includes annual roadside assistance. And a 488 Spider may not be as prohibitively expensive to maintain as you might expect either, as the 7-year genuine maintenance program which takes care of the general consumables for you every 12,500 miles or each year, whatever comes first. The Ferrari 488 Spider is available to buy now, with UK prices starting at £204,400. Read the rest of our Ferrari 488 Spider review to find out if it's where you should invest your cash. Twin-turbocharged 3.9-liter V8 develops 660 bhp, or 100 bhp more than 458 Spider torque, a faintly ridiculous 760 Nm, available from 3,000 revolutions per minute until 8,000 revolutions per minute, roof up or down. 488 Spider completes 062 miles per hour in 3 seconds. 203 miles per hour top speed. Of course, there's only one engine involved in providing Ferrari 488 Spider performance, but what an engine it is! Purists may lament the arrival of turbocharged power to Ferrari's V8 mid-engine sports cars, but we'd remind them that while it's only 15 GkM more efficient than the naturally aspirated 4.5-liter V8 in the 458 Spider, the 3.9-liter twin-turbo V8 of the 488 also boasts another 100 bhp. Plus, it's got 40% more torque than the old non-turbo unit, with a staggering 760 Nm of pulling power available all the way from 3,000 revolutions per minute until 8,000 revolutions per minute. Sure, this new engine doesn't rev to 9,000 revolutions per minute like the old one, but my word, does it hit 8,000 revolutions per minute quickly. So fast in fact that with the accelerator pinned to the bulkhead, the lights on the steering wheel will light up and headbutt you into the rev limiter before you have a chance to pull back for an upshift of the dual-clutch gearbox. That transmission now shifts 30% faster than before, and should you require a lower ratio, will swap down the cogs 40% quicker than the box in the 458. Which helps explain how the Ferrari 488 Spider will sprint from 062 miles per hour in 3 seconds flat. Should the conditions and laws allow it, the 488 Spider will reach double that 0124 miles per hour in just 8.7 seconds. Top speed is a faintly ridiculous 203 miles per hour, though we can't comment on how well your hairstyle will look after a spirited run al fresco at such speeds. There's been a lot said elsewhere about a disappointing soundtrack for this new engine, especially in early 488 GTB reports. But while this turbocharged engine doesn't have the same metallic howl of the previous naturally aspirated engine, the V8 demonstrates a deep, bassy and purposeful growl that grows in urgency and volume towards the top of its rev range. Plus, with the Spider you can either lower the roof completely, or drop the rear wind deflector with the roof raised, to allow more of that matic exhaust and engine noise into the cabin. And the benefit is, when you're not in the mood to assault passers-by with an oral barrage of V8 combustion, the 488 Spider will cruise by in relative silence provided you're on a constant throttle. Updated suspension control systems means 488 Spider is both comfortable and focused. Side slip control 2 stability system allows you to explore limits of car's grip safely. Steering wheel mounted manettino allows you to select from 5 different driving modes. Previously we've been blown away by the handling abilities displayed by the Ferrari 458 specially, and it seems the firm's engineers agree with us. The new Ferrari 488 Spider uses the same damper rates as the hardcore coupe. However, thanks to changes in the software of the SCM3 magnetar or heliological damping system, the drop-top responds in a more comfortable way. That's not to say it's gone soft, far from it. What it does mean is that while it demonstrates the pin-sharp handling we've come to expect from Ferrari's sports cars, it also proves comfortable and supple over longer journeys. The 488 Spider is perfect for soaking up the rays and the surface imperfections, on the promenade. But the 488 Spider also comes alive on more challenging roads. That mid-rear engine location gives the new 488 Spider a 42 hours 58 minutes front-rear weight distribution, which means the Spider is delicately balanced, and with its trademark light but sharp steering the nose feels particularly agile. By default you'll mostly drive the 488 Spider in sport mode, but you can rotate the Manettino switch to wet should the weather take a turn for the worse, in which case the stability system will be on full alert and the power delivery in its less violent setting. And for those who want to explore the car's handling and performance abilities, Race 1 Up from Sport allows for maximum attack before selecting Court Off Traction Control or Escape Off Traction, and Stability Control are fully disengaged. The latter are best reserved for experienced drivers on track. Dashboard looks similar to the 458's, but is in fact all new with updated graphics and hardware for instrumentation. Familiar steering wheel still contains switches for indicators, lights, wipers and Manettino for drive modes. Big red starter button becomes start-stop button for the engine as 488 introduces keyless start. Turns out the dashboard of the Ferrari 488 Spider is all new, but on first glance you could be forgiven for thinking it had simply been carried over from the 458, such is the layout and construction. However, it's a slimmer affair overall, and with myriad small changes to construction, makeup and componentry. Keyless ignition features now, letting you step in and prod the red button on the steering wheel to start up. The door cards now feature a more ergonomic armrest, while the leather spread over the door is softer than before. New seats with fixed headrests are fitted, and they're lighter than before. And if you order your car in 2016 you'll benefit from Apple CarPlay, to sync your phone with your car. Ferrari's multi-function steering wheel is carried over, housing not only the start-stop button but the indicators, horn, lights, wipers and Manettino driving mode selection control. It's only a partly intuitive solution though. The indicator controls on the spokes soon feel like second nature, but the button for the wipers takes longer to get used to. The strangely shaped wheel is flanked by a pair of satellite pods similar to those that were found in the 458 Spider or 458 Berlinetta, but the digital dials now offer more information than before, including turbo boost pressure. On the right, the instrument used for infotainment has improved graphics and software with faster reactions. This one will show Apple CarPlay information on the move on cars thus equipped. All of the seats we've tried, there are 5 different styles to choose from, proved comfortable with ample adjustment, while the leather used around the cabin appeared of excellent quality. And the firm has spent time improving the space for odds and ends in the cabin, with an additional closable storage compartment on the transmission tunnel. Despite same damper rates as the previous 458 specially, software allows 488 Spider to remain comfortable. Chassis of 488 Spider is 20% more torsionally rigid than 458 Spider, so suspension can do its job better. Bumpy road setting softens these further, and will doubtless become a default setting for UK owners. There's a strange juxtaposition with the new Ferrari 488 Spider. On the one hand it has to perform as a comfortable cruiser, and on the other it has to be pin-sharp with ferocious performance and precise handling. And you know what? Despite this duality of purpose, the balance of Ferrari 488 Spider comfort versus precision is perfectly judged. It is surprisingly effective at dealing with the rigors of daily life. And even with the 20-inch alloy wheels the 488 Spider can glide over most lumps and bumps as well as cars more traditionally orientated for comfort. And if the road is particularly gnarly, the bumpy road setting for the suspension, activated through a steering wheel mounted button, softens the reflexes even more for a more relaxed ride. In the UK we suspect you'll find this something of a default mode for the car, thanks to the state of our roads. There's no real detectable shake through the chassis either, and though comfortable there's a remaining firmness to the suspension, so when you increase the car's speed it remains perfectly composed. Choose to settle back and enjoy some roof-down motoring, though in the Ferrari 488 Spider caters for its occupants very well. The adjustable glass wind deflector between the rear buttresses helping keep hairdos unruffled while driving. Roof up. The noise of the twin-turbocharged V8 is kept muted, though you can lower the glass deflector once again to allow the exhaust note to permeate the cabin far easier, something we'd wholeheartedly recommend. You are unlikely to spot a standard one, but if you do, it comes well equipped from the vast array of options available for the 488 Spider, including 28 exterior colors for serious drivers, racing seats, onboard telematics and lightweight forged alloy wheels available. There's no such thing as a standard Ferrari, and should you wish to purchase a 488 Spider, we'd suggest spending some serious time with the online configurator. And once you've done that, it's time to visit a Ferrari dealer. Spend time with one of the firm's ateliers in a bid to ensure you get the best from the carrozzeria scaglietti and special trim and equipment programs. Standard Ferrari 488 Spider equipment. Despite there being no standard Ferrari 488 Spider, should you manage to actually order one without ticking any options boxes, it would still arrive fairly well equipped. Obviously, all cars come with that electrically retractable hardtop, which switches from open to closed in 14 seconds at speeds up to 30 miles per hour. They also come with leather seats, electric windows, keyless start, climate control, sat-nav and stereo. All 488 Spiders benefit from 20-inch alloy wheels, carbon composite brakes related to those in the LaFerrari, and each comes with a 660 bhp 3.9-liter V8 twin-turbocharged engine. For a sports car, some would suggest nothing else is required. Optional Ferrari 488 Spider accessories, and by and large, they'd be correct, but that would be missing the point of a modern Ferrari. The configuration options, even before you delve into the specialist programs offered, are vast. For a start, there are 28 exterior colors and 15 interior hues, along with the option for a contrasting black roof. 3 different finishes for the standard alloy wheels and 3 different forged rims with the option of a carbon fiber hubcap, 9 brake caliper colors, and you can decide if you want to pay extra for the Ferrari Scuderia shields on the front wings. Additional carbon components, including the post trim, rear air ducts, fog lamps, side splitter and rear diffuser, can be added, while the official list allows you to protect your choice of paintwork with front bumper protection film. It doesn't stop there, as while UK 488 Spider models will likely get sat-nav as standard, you can upgrade the stereo system, and in 2016 you'll be able to enjoy the delights of Apple CarPlay to stream music from your phone, as seen in the firm's other models, on the move. Parking sensors and a camera are available, and, like the front suspension lift system, which raises the nose of the 488 Spider by 40 mm to negotiate speed bumps, are advisable in our opinion. Carbon composite brakes from LaFerrari ensure 488 Spider can haul itself to a stop quickly and safely. 4 airbags standard, alongside sophisticated electronic stability control system. Side slip control SSC2 stability system allows you to explore car's limits and safety. First and foremost a thrill-inducing sports car, Ferrari 488 Spider safety is also high on the company's priority list. Appearances on one of the many crashed exotics website isn't a good look. So fundamentally, the new Ferrari 488 Spider does its best to help you avoid any incidents in the first place. Should you need to haul the car to a halt in a hurry, brakes from the firm's 789 bhp LaFerrari hypercar will do the job. They weigh 2.7 kilograms less than the stoppers on the 458, with the carbon composite discs giving a stopping distance some 9% shorter than its predecessor, or just 122 meters from a speed of 124 miles per hour. This is allied to a second-generation ABS system and the firm's latest electronic stability program. EDF with side slip control. SSC2 reacts 8% faster than before, to ensure that drivers can still enjoy the limits of their 488 Spider without taking an unexpected trip into the scenery. Of course, the 488 Spider also benefits from a full complement of airbags, in this case a pair of front and a pair of side items. The car hasn't, and won't be, put through any standard Euro NCAP tests. At the front, the 488 Spider has a 230-liter boot that is square, deep and well trimmed. Behind the seats there's a storage shelf for soft bags, and cabin has better cubbies than before. Folding hardtop opens or closes in 14 seconds, all while traveling at up to 30 miles per hour. It's unlikely buyers will be purchasing this car solely for everyday use, but should they wish to, Ferrari 488 Spider practicality will likely surprise them. The 230-liter boot space in the nose is deep and well-shaped, though its dimensions mean you'll still struggle to fit a large suitcase in there. Of course, Ferrari will sell you a set of tailored luggage to make up for that. Where the Ferrari 488 Spider does score on the practicality front is with its retractable hardtop. This roof can be opened and closed in 14 seconds, all while traveling at up to 30 miles per hour, which means there's little excuse for getting caught short by a rain shower. The rear window between the buttresses, which acts as a wind deflector when the roof is lowered, means there's little buffeting when traveling at speed. And should the weather take a turn for the worse, you can lower this with the roof in the closed position and still enjoy the oral delights of the V8 engine.